It looks like Apple might finally be changing the front design of the iPhone with the upcoming iPhone 17 series. This time, the change focuses on one of the most noticeable parts of the iPhone's display, the dynamic island. If you remember, Apple first introduced the dynamic island on the iPhone 14 Pro and 14 Pro Max in 2022. Since then, it stayed the same on newer models. But according to a new leak, that might be about to change. The leak comes from a reliable tipster named Digital Chat Station, who shared some fresh details about the iPhone 17 series on the Chinese platform Weibo. While the post doesn't give exact technical information, the message is clear. Apple could be redesigning the dynamic island. It might also update how it works, though there's no clear explanation yet of what that would look like. This could mean changes in its size, shape, or even how users interact with it while using the phone. The leak uses general and slightly vague language, so we don't know exactly what to expect. Still, it's not the first time we've heard rumors about changes coming to the dynamic island. Late last year, several reports suggested Apple might shrink the size of the dynamic island, especially on the iPhone 17 Pro Max. The idea was that Apple could use new technology called meta lenses, which would allow the company to make the Face ID sensor smaller. If that happens, the cutout in the screen could be reduced, leaving more display space. However, not everyone agrees with this. Well-known Apple analyst MingChi Kuo responded to those rumors, saying that he believed the dynamic island size would remain the same on all 2025 iPhone models. This leaves us with two different viewpoints, one from a trusted leaker and another from a top Apple analyst. Could both of them be right in some way? It's possible. Apple could be testing new technology like meta lenses now, which might not make a big difference this year, but could slowly improve the design over the next few generations. So while we might see some small changes to how the dynamic island looks or works this year, it's unlikely that the iPhone 17 will have a completely new front design. Aside from the dynamic island, the leak also mentioned other possible updates. For the iPhone 17 series, one interesting detail is that the base model iPhone 17 might get a slightly updated design. The leak didn't explain what kind of redesign this would be. It could mean changes to the phone's shape, materials, or button placement. Right now, it's a mystery. The leaker also mentioned something called a horizontal large matrix that's supposed to be redesigned too. No one knows exactly what that means yet. It might have to do with the camera arrangement or the way parts are placed inside the phone, but we'll have to wait for more details to be sure. Another possible upgrade is the display. Apple might use a new screen technology called LiPo, which stands for low injection pressure overmolding. This would allow for thinner bezels around the screen, giving users more display area without making the phone itself larger. It's a small improvement, but it could help the iPhone 17 look cleaner and more modern. The leak also mentioned updates to the camera system. There's a good chance that the iPhone 17 models will include a high-resolution 5x zoom camera. Apple first introduced this feature on the iPhone 15 Pro Max, so it makes sense that it could spread to more iPhone 17 models. Lastly, the camera bump design might also change. While we don't know what the new look will be, Apple usually tweaks the camera layout every couple of years, so it wouldn't be surprising. Of course, none of these leaks are official, so it's smart to stay cautious. Apple often tests multiple prototypes at the same time, and not every feature makes it to the final product. But if even some of these changes are real, the iPhone 17 could be one of the nicest upgrades we've seen in a while. What do you think about all this? Should Apple shrink the dynamic island, redesign it completely, or leave it the way it is? Drop your thoughts in the comments.